Oh, hello. Alright, today I wanted to talk to you about this book I just read because, oh my god, it took a turn and I was like halfway through because I borrowed the book from my sister and I was like, I love this so much, and then I went to the store and I bought it because I wanted my own copy, and then it took a turn. I'm still glad I have it because, you know what, maybe I should tell you what it is before I continue talking about it. Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. First of all, look at how stunning it is. I'm obsessed. This must be a new thing that's happening where we like color the pages. But it's so gorgeous. And then the top too. And that is so pretty. And that's kind of fun too. Anyways, yeah, I think it must be a new thing that we're doing because look at this. So cute. The Love Hypothesis. I haven't read it yet, but I got it because Lily Reinhart has been promoting the shit out of it because she's starring in the movie that they're making. And like, I am just so excited for the amount of rom-coms we have coming out. Like, they're working on that one. Then there's also People We Meet on Vacation, which I'm so excited for. I only read that because of Tom Blythe, and I'm so excited to see him in a like romantic movie because I just love that man. But yeah, I think that'll be really good. I cannot wait to watch that. But then I've seen like they're making on Instagram, I've seen like they're making some other book that I like added to my to read list. Like, rom-coms are back. Are they coming back? Because I feel like there's been like a little bit of a drought. Like, we'll occasionally get a good one. So when I started this book, I was like, this is so adorable. And I feel like Carly Fortune, I'm not going to say her name because I don't know if I'm saying it right. Fortune. The author does such a good job with like immersing you in the story, and like I felt like I was like there. Like, I felt like I was at like my grandma's cottage growing up that was on a lake. Like, I felt like I was there. The storytelling was just very beautiful in that way. And I really enjoyed the like back and forth. Like, we started in the present and we're like, oh shit, something bad happened that like fucked up this friendship, and this main character hasn't talked to the boy she loves or whatever in like 10 years, which is crazy. 10 years is crazy. Like, actually wild. And then we go back and we're like learning about the past and how they met and them growing up together and being good friends. That was really cute. I loved that. Also, her best friend Chantal seems really cool. Off the bat, can we talk about her name is Persephone Fraser? Persephone Fraser. I'm in love with that name. That is so stunning, and like then to be nicknamed Percy is so cute and like such a fun name for a little like romantic story. Like, I'm in love. And then his name is just Sam. Floric. And then Charlie is the brother. Which, by the way, I loved Charlie. Off the bat, I was like, fuck yeah. He's so silly. He's just a douchey guy. And I love a douchey guy that, like, has a heart. In books. From now on, though, I'm going to talk spoilers. So if you haven't read it and you want to, you should go read it and then come back. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, get out of here. I was like loving it so much. I was so involved. Like, I think when I was like really into it is when I texted my sister to be like, wait, I love this book. It was so cute. Once they were like older, she was like, oh, like I watched like a scary movie, like, which is crazy because Percy's like thing is that she loves scary movies, and her whole thing is she likes scary movies and like to write scary stories. So the fact that she was like, oh, I watched a scary movie and I'm home alone and I don't want to be home alone, and she comes to sleep over, it's like, girl. But I ate it up. Okay? I ate that up. Or maybe it's just me that I'm not scared of being home alone. Like, that idea doesn't scare me much, especially as a dog sitter who, like, I go and stay at other people's houses. I, like, do not fear being home by myself at all, which may be a flaw, but she goes to sleep over at Sam's, and then they're, like, sleeping in his bed. Oh, because he's like, I'll, like, go sleep downstairs, or I'll sleep on the floor, and then she's like, can you sleep with me? I'm like, okay. Okay. Then they're, like, laying in bed, and she's like, oh, they were talking about why she, like, never liked any of her boyfriends and stuff, and it was so cute, and then she was like, there's someone else I wanted to kiss more or something, and then they, like, I don't know what happens, but they end up kissing, and then afterwards they're, like, laying in bed, and then he's like, I wanted to kiss you more too or something, and that was really cute. That was really cute and adorable, and I loved that. That's when I, like, texted my sister. I was like, wait, this is so cute. But then, okay, the whole plot, oh, also, my R necklace today, I like to have a reason that I'm wearing it, because I initially got it from my Regina George cosplay. Today it stands for Rick Riordan, because he wrote Percy Jackson, and she's Percy Jackson, so that's her name, Percy. I'd rather kiss you too, that's what he says. But then, of course, all can't go according to plan, so, like, everything gets screwed up after that, and then, like, they just keep going, like, back and forth. But I was eating it up. I was living for it. Okay, but then at a certain point, Charlie started to piss me off because he kept, like, flirting with Percy, and it didn't feel like hee hee ha ha anymore. It was like, at a certain point, your brother really likes this girl, like, you need to just back the fuck off. Then she told him off, though, Charlie, and then they became, like, I don't know, they got really close the one summer when Sam went away to school, but that was when Sam and her were actually, like, dating. And their friendship there was, like, really cute and sweet, and I really liked it, but then they had to go fuck it up. And platonic relationships not exist. Yeah, but basically, so I was enjoying everything about the book, and I think if there had been some kind of other conflict, it would have been, like, one of my favorite books. I would have been like, oh, I ate that up, that was a lovely book, and I could reread that all the time. But the fact that the conflict was that Percy and Charlie slept together really pissed me off, like, okay, just a lame conflict, first of all. Second of all, Percy is so infatuated with Sam throughout the whole story. She's like, he's like the love of my life, I could never love anybody else. And then he's like a little spacey and distant when he goes away to school initially. And so she's like catastrophizing, which is understandable, but just call and figure it out. Like, I don't know, it's the miscommunication trope there. Like, if they had just talked things through, we wouldn't have had this problem, but also the fact that throughout the whole book you're like, oh, Charlie just flirts with her because he's a fucking dumbass. But it doesn't mean anything. And then the fact that it, like, there is weight to it later really pissed me off, because I, like, liked what we had when we had it. And, like, their sex scene was, like, hot, but it should not have happened. Okay, and then to have that happen, there's no recovering from that. I'm sorry. I'm reading Charlie's book now, One Golden Summer. I just started it. But, like, that is so weird. I don't see how they can go back to being, like, fine. Like, she's gonna be with Sam, and Sam's, like, only family is his brother Charlie now, and they slept together? I'm sorry, that's just so weird and messy. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. But I'm excited to read Charlie's story. But anyways, I don't know. It just felt like they loved each other so much. If that's, like, your person, I can't fathom how you could just be like, oh, I'm just gonna sleep with this other guy while I'm with this guy. And the other guy is the brother. It's crazy. And honestly, it made me start to be like, do I even like Percy? Because I, like, liked Percy, and I was like, she's, like, she's a narrator I can get behind. She doesn't have, like, super strong stakes or, like, morals or anything, but, like, that's good enough for me that, like, I can get behind being in her brain. Until I was like, wait, do I even know her? She just, like, slept with Charlie. And you know, like, I shouldn't cut Charlie a lot of slack. Honestly, he's at fault a lot too. Because I thought that they were just hanging out. Like, can we not have people be platonically really close? Like, I don't get it. It just felt like such a lame conflict to the story. And, like, I wasn't rooting for them to get back together after that. And then Sam, like, knew for a while. Just, like, to not talk it out for 10 years is crazy. But you know what? That's not unrealistic, actually. But it's crazy. And, another point where I was like, do I even like this narrator, Percy? She, like, I understand being in a bad place, but she called Delilah a slut. And I was like, wrap it up. I'm done. I'm not with, I'm not with her. I just couldn't, I was like, okay. So you just turned on, like, your best friend. And, like, I wouldn't have chosen her to be a best friend. Delilah, I don't really like Delilah's personality, I'm sorry. To be best friends with her for so many years, like, that was her best friend. And then to just, like, because she was in a bad mood, to, like, call her names is sort of crazy. And then Delilah's so lovely and forgiving. Like, 10 years later, she's like, what took you so long? Like, girl, you're better than me. That was fucked up. It was just the way that she, like, used that as, like, an insult. I know that's generally how the word is used, but, like, she, like, threw it at her. Like, something that she knew about her friend, that her friend, like, liked to talk about sex and things. And then it was like, hee hee ha ha, and then when you get mad at her, you, like, take that and throw it back at her. It's kind of so gross and icky. And I was like, ooh, I don't really like this girl anymore that I'm, like, supposed to be rooting for. And, yeah. Sam seemed like a sweetie. He was a very fun love interest. I liked him. And I liked that Percy was a writer. Like, growing up, I wanted to be a writer. So I was like, that's so silly and fun. I don't know, I just think that the story could have been so fun, but the conflict just was not it for me. Like, and it built up to that so much, just to be like, this really? Okay, there was some discussion questions in the back that I was looking at. That was kind of fun. Sam and Percy are fast friends. What do you think each gets from their relationship? A loving friend. Okay, at first, yeah, Percy doesn't have a lot of friends, and I don't think Sam does either, I don't know. But they're like, oh, yeah, I liked that. They were like fast friends, and then she made him a little bracelet. That was so cute and precious. And then apparently later when they get married, she like embroidered. She made a little like bracelet thread part to the ring. That's cute, but I don't know. I think that they were just really good together until they weren't. Have you had an important relationship, either platonic or romantic, that ended in a way you wish you could get a do-over? Yeah, so I guess they kind of get a do-over, but I feel like, should they have? Not really. Like, things don't always end the way you want them to, but I don't want a do-over. Things are the way they are. It is what it is. That's what my dad always says. Sam and Percy's romantic relationship began when they were very young. Do you think it would have survived had they not broken up? Did they need the time apart ultimately to end up together? No, I think that's bullshit. I don't think that needed to happen. Like, maybe they needed time to grow, but if they couldn't have made it all their lives, I think if you have your person, I think that you don't need time apart from your person. I think that's weird, but that's just me. How do you think Charlie feels about Percy in the past and present? I don't know, and it's weird to me, and I don't like it anymore. What do you think of Delilah and her friendship with Percy? Do you see Delilah as a good friend? What about Percy? Percy's a terrible friend. Delilah, maybe she's a good friend. I don't know. She's just always making everything, like, weird. Like, she gives popular girl to me, and, like, maybe that's okay. For me, But, like, I felt like I had a friend like this in the past where it feels like she's, like, a loose cannon, where, like, you don't know what she's gonna say. And, like, maybe Percy needed help. Like, she obviously wanted to be with Sam, and Delilah kind of helped her by, like, saying things. But I think that they could have gotten together otherwise. Like, I don't think you need that type of a person that just makes you nervous in your life. I did not like Delilah. But then at the end, she seemed kind. And she was kind when she called to tell Percy about Sam, like, crashing out. And, like, Percy not believing Delilah was so crazy. Like, he proposed to you and you turned him down and then just, like, ghosted him after being friends for, like, 10 years or whatever. Yeah, he's, like, acting a little crazy, okay? And you're gonna be like, he would never do that, and then, like, alienate your best friend. That's wild. When she called to tell you. That's crazy. Ew. That makes me so mad. But anyways, yeah, I don't really like either of them. They're perfect. They're perfect for each other. How did Percy's betrayal change your opinion of her? Do you sympathize with what she did? Do you think her act is forgivable? No. I don't. I don't know. Like, I don't think that that needs to make her, like, the most terrible person in the world. I think you could still be a good person, but I think that that is enough to ruin a romantic relationship, and maybe you weren't meant to be together, or maybe you were and maybe you just fucked things up. But I don't see a path forward. I don't know. I just feel like this is your person. How could you do that? I don't know. As a teenager, Percy looks up to Sue, perhaps even more so than her own parents. Why do you think that is? You know what? I thought that was interesting too. Like, Sue seemed really chill and slay, and it was kind of giving Conrad and Cacao Boy. Cacao is the bean. And their mom, although in that story Belly has her mom too. But I don't know. I thought it was interesting, like, was Percy just not close with her parents? Because, like, they were there, but they, like, were so background. Like, I feel like we never even had interactions with them. She seemed like she was not close with them at all. I was confused. And it didn't seem like that they were, like, terrible parents either. Like, the whole beginning was they wanted her to make friends. And then they just kind of, I feel like that was just, like, a problem on the author's part. Like, I feel like they should have been involved more if they were loving, caring parents. Or maybe, I don't know. I just felt like it was kind of weird. Like, we never discussed them. Like, she never, like, went to her parents for, I don't know. Or maybe it's fine. Maybe not everyone's like, I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I think it's weird, though, to have, like, loving parents and not have them be a part of your story. I think if there's problems, then them being in the background is completely understandable. The story is told from Percy's point of view. What moments did you wish you could have peeked inside Sam's head? Maybe, like, finding out and how he got himself to a point where he was, like, okay with that. Do I have a bad opinion? I don't know. What do you guys think? If you've read this book, do you sympathize with Percy and are you like, well, it's whatever? I feel like Sam and Charlie had such, like, potential to be such, like, lovely siblings and, like, best friends of siblings. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm very close with all three of my siblings. I think it's weird that they, like, sometimes seem like they're close, but then, like, it's giving, like, Conrad and Jeremiah. I didn't read those books. I just have watched a little bit of the show. And I know that there's, like, all the time Jeremiah's like, I know I'm not as good as him, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's kind of that, but, like, thank God to a lesser degree, because that's so annoying. But, like, very often Sam just seems like he's, like, has, like, a death wish for his brother. Like, he's just glaring at him. Like, in the final chapter, Sam tells Percy, betrayals don't cancel each other out. They just hurt more. Do you agree with him, or do you think getting even has merit? Oh, I kind of see. No, I don't think they cancel each other out. But, like, fucking get even if you want to get even. Dude, I don't know. I don't know. The lake is Percy's happy place, where she feels most creative and alive. What's yours? Oh, I would love to say the lake, but my grandparents don't have it anymore. No! Oops. I dropped it. I don't know. Somewhere in nature. I'm still looking for it. I liked the lake where my grandparents lived, but it's kind of lost a little of its magic for me. So maybe I'll find a special place somewhere outside. Recently, actually, my little, like, happy place has been my backyard. It's so special to me. And just the fact that there's, like, bushes and stuff, and it kind of seems enclosed, that, like, you're not, like, surrounded by houses. And it's kind of, and we have a little patio, so it's not, like, as buggy on the patio. So you get to, like, be outside and enjoy, like, the sky and the stars and the, like, greenery without being absolutely attacked by bugs. That's me talking about at night with, like, a campfire. But during the day, it's also very special because then I love being outside. Anyways, yeah, I would give that book, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It would be 5 out of 5 if the conflict didn't suck and Percy didn't piss me off. But like my favorite thing about it was the way that it was so like fun to like breeze through. Like I was like, all right, like what's gonna happen next? That was my favorite part. All right, let me know if you've read this book and what your opinions are. What are your thoughts on the like whole cheating thing? And if you have any book recommendations you want me to read and talk about with you, let me know down below. All right, I'll see you very soon. I love you. Bye.